PSA, PSA, PSA. Dynamics Collective will be having its first ever drop next weekend, Saturday, July the 13th. As you guys may recall, I had 1,000 subscribers a few weeks ago, but I never really did anything to celebrate. So instead, what I decided to do was I wanted to offer the Dynamics Collective to you guys for an exclusive discounted price. The only catch is stock will only be up for 48 hours. So if you're not able to cop within that 48-hour time period, then unfortunately it would be discontinued and you have to pay regular price when we restock again. And who knows when that may be, it all depends. Stock will be limited, but depending on how things go, I may try to let even more of you in. It all depends on how things go next Saturday. Also, I would like to say the first membership gets refunded upon purchase. Now what does the Dynamics Collective have to offer? We have all-in-one monitors, exclusive release information, drop shipping, ticket reselling, sports betting, only if you're 18 years or older, help personally from myself and staff members, exclusive group buys, giveaways, free slots on every single drop, free cards from Adidas, early links, and so much more. There's a lot I have planned and I'm very excited about for the Dynamics Collective, and I would love to give you guys the opportunity to come and join and be a part of the team. This is just my way to say thank you guys for offering this exclusive price to you guys. Remember, only for 48 hours only. Hop on it if you want to. You won't regret it. But anyways, let's get right to the video. What's up, you guys? It's Apex Boom. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a release overview of the Yeezy 350 Boost Lundmarks. Now, as many of you may or may not know, this is the third installment of the region-specific drop. This time, though, it's our turn to finally get something North America and Latin America. So this is region lock for exclusively us and Latin America. So if you live in the UK or if you live in Asia or anywhere else, you will have to use a reshipper if you're going for this drop, unfortunately. Now these will be in a non-reflective version and a reflective version, just like for the other regions as well. The only difference between the two versions is the fact that the reflective version will be more limited and it will be available only to Yeezy supply. I'm going to start with the reflective version first. First, let me say this is a must cop. If you can get them, please try. There's plenty of profit to be made. It will be harder though, because of the fact that they're more limited to only one site, which is Yeezy supply. So it will be harder, but if you have the right task set up, then anything, the possibilities are endless. Now get it right into the task setup for the reflectives. First I'm going to start with the reflectives, then I'm going to go on to the non-reflectives, because it's a lot more of an easier cop, way more stock, a lot more stock. So get it into the task setup for the reflectives. For me personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my task at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time of the day that the reflectives drop, which is July the 11th. Now you don't have to do this by any means. If you don't have the proxies to support that. I mean, it doesn't take many proxies at all neither. If you have 10-15 proxies, I would run 2 to 3 tasks and leave those tasks running at about 10,000 millisecond delay for the majority, I won't say the majority of the day, but for a good bit of the day, just waiting for the Yeezys to drop. And the second they drop, lower your delays as fast as you can, not to nothing crazy, because we're past that with Shopify, at least for certain bots. Certain bots still have a little trouble with getting bot detected and things like that. So drop it to a reasonable delay and just keep it rolling so you can increase your chances of copying. But if you have a bot that's been killing Shopify recently, like for example Balco, Kodai, if you've been copying and you've had no problems, go with the game plan you've been going with. For me personally, with Eve and with Nike Shoebot, I'm gonna personally just be I'm gonna up my delays for the majority of the day, running about 50 proxies. I'll have probably about, I don't even know how many tasks I have running. I have a lot of tasks, maybe, I don't know, all depends on how I'm feeling for the day. But I'll have, regardless of the fact, I have my delay set to 10,000 milliseconds, and I'll leave my tasks running for the majority of the day until they drop. And when they drop, I should be ready. All I have to do is just cut down my delays and everything should run smoothly, so I could possibly cop something. But if I don't, it's all good. You want to know why? Because there's always another drop. But this is what I'll be doing for the reflectives only. Now keep in mind, you guys, I said this drop would be harder because of how limited they are. And why they're so limited? I don't know, maybe because they look cool when you flash some light in the dark on them or something. I don't know. I don't know, but they're dope shoes though. But they're definitely a must cop though. Now going on to the non-reflectives, these will be dropping on Shopify, Adidas. Footsites could possibly drop them. There's a lot more opportunity to cop the non-reflective versions without a doubt. There are going to be so many sites, so many low-key Shopify sites like Features Boutique, possibly the Dark Initiative. You don't know. There's so many sites though. So if you have a bot that supports a built-in monitor, be sure to set up your tags so when they just shock drop out of nowhere, you're ready to cop. Because I'm telling you guys, this is when bots with built-in monitors shine, because whenever a product drops suddenly, for example like the Yeezys, it'll eat that up quickly, like quick as heck, expeditiously. Why did I just say that? Now since this is more of a broad release for the non-reflectives, or if you're going for like Kith or DSM or any other drop, I would strongly suggest trying to have a more focused setup. So you know how Kith used to always screw with bots all the time, would always screw with bots, but recently bots, of course, like I said before, Kodai, Balco, these bots have been coming in and killing it on these sites like Kith, DSM, that really drive home the point of, yeah, we got bot protection on. But for me personally, I'm gonna try to switch it up this time. As I've said over the past few weeks, I'll have a specific amount of tasks with residential proxies with some pretty reasonable delays around like 2000 milliseconds, 2500 milliseconds, and then I'll have my data center proxies with delays of about, I'd say, 600 to 800 milliseconds. Now I won't leave that running for like 5 minutes before the drop. I will start those at 10,000 milliseconds about 10-15 minutes before the drop. You don't have to start that early at all. It's just what I'm just used to doing, just so they can just already be started, just because. But I'll leave those running until about 15 seconds before the drop goes live. Then I will change them to, respectively, my data centers to 600, ranging from 600 to 800 milliseconds, and then change my residential proxies to 2000 to 2500 milliseconds, and I'll see what happens. I'll see if the data center gets detected for bot detection, or I'll see if my residential proxies don't get detected. It all depends, but try to be a little bit more cautious of how you set up for more Shopify specific drops like Kith or DSM. Now if you want to go for it Undefeated or something like that, you don't have to worry about that at all. They won't have it on, I mean, they don't even have capture on Undefeated. The only thing that you have to worry about on Undefeated is the fact that they have accounts. You have to have an account if you want to purchase from undefeated.com. But any other low-key sites as well, like Features Boutique or Dark Side Initiative, there is a chance that they may drop. There is a chance that they may not drop on those sites, but there would be a lot of low-key sites also dropping these shoes as well. This is when bots with built-in monitors will really shine, if you have the right setup, of course. If you're all ready to go and you're set, you already know what's gonna happen, you're monitoring all the sites, then you're good to go, you're gonna eat. But even if you're not set quite yet, there still is a chance for you to eat, because like I said, this is a lot more of a larger, broader release than the reflectives. Now it's still specific to our region, North America and Latin America, but it still gives us a lot more of an opportunity to cop, which is a great thing. Adidas. So for Adidas bots, if you're going to be using Latchkey, Splash Force, Soul Adidas, any other bot that supports Adidas, you got to make sure you have the right type of proxies. Proxies are crucial when it comes to Adidas. They are so crucial. If you don't have the right type of proxies, you're not going to cop at all. I can promise you that. A lot of people ask me for my live cop overview I did maybe about a week and a half ago, what type of proxies I used in order to get through on Adidas and things like that. And I used Shy-Cook proxies. I've been using Shy-Cook proxies for a while. Like if I don't use my own, I'll typically use Shy-Cook proxies or Brazy Kicks proxies. Now that's just personally what I've used, because that's just what I've been used to. Those are just literally what I've been used to. You can use whatever proxies you want to use. You don't have to just use those specific to, but that's just personally what I've been using. But you gotta have the right type of proxies, because especially for Shy-Cook, they will let you know like what proxies are the best for Adidas at that time, what will have the best opportunity and the best chance of working for you to be able to generate carts and things like that. So always keep that in mind. You need residential proxies for Adidas, never ever data center. You're gonna get banned automatically off the rip, straight out of here. You're not gonna do anything if you have data center proxy. So as long as they're residential and you have the right type of residential proxies. Now for me, I always try to use the static. I always use static, at least for me anyways. Now that's just what's worked for me, and you know, that's just what's worked for me for Adidas so far, and Latchkey of course. But yeah, I've used shot cooked residential proxies and they've worked like a charm. Hopefully they work again this time. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Now for manual users, I'm sure a lot of you know about the multiple people method. Now if you don't know, then you're in for a treat, because I'm going to show you how to do that. And simply what this does is it gives you more opportunities to cop. So it's basically just like opening multiple tabs with different browsers, not the same browser, different browsers, and just waiting in the splash page until you get through, and then you're all set to cop. And that's literally what it is. So what you want to do is you want to go up to the right hand corner of your screen on Google and click on your icon, then go down to manage people. Then for manage people, you should see a screen pop up. Then from there, you should see add people. Now when you go to add people, you can create whatever kind of name you want, pick the icon, then boom, that's it. If you go to your desktop, you will see a shortcut on your desktop that leads you to your new browser. Now you can do that as many times as you want to. I would suggest doing about 5 or 6 tabs though, or 5 or 6 windows, and just leave those like up and going for the release if you want to go manual, of course. And this is for the multiple people method.